Hello, hello. Saw there was a fight. I saw there was a teleport space. Here we are. That is life. Thank you all for being here. Hopefully the music's at a good level. Happy to discuss any topics people are interested in. We'll also do a lot of fighting. Hello, Gustavo. Hello, William. Glad to have you here. Playing aggro. I do not care too much about the trades. It's going to be a session of what is the absolute best fighting I can do for the team. I try to think through that. We have two camps here, so it's actually dot mode is much easier because then you know the person you're hitting when zoomed in is an enemy. I mean, like these campmates, all these campmates are red when you zoom in. So better to stay in dot mode. Hello. Yes, good evening. It's the afternoon here, but I've closed the windows, dimmed the lights. Kind of feels like evening, to be honest. Feels like this is the kind of fight you would have on a Friday night. HDT, what's going on, man? Don't even need to empty the hospital. Actually, the day's almost over, so I will empty the hospital. One could say this is like the perfect situation in Rise of Kingdoms fighting. Playing with tons of speed ups, tons of resources, and play aggro. 2.5 hours left in the day, so the hospital's not an issue. And one of the biggest kingdoms in the game is pushing into you in KL from a different zone with no teleport space. Another camp has the Zig buffs, but you know, we've got the same buffs as 2377 at least. And they're pushing into us in the field. This is a great situation. We take these afternoons. taken a bit of a break from Rise of Kingdoms lately. Mind has been checked out of the game for a few days. By the way, we will track kills and heals. Pretty negative ratio here, but 37, or negative ratio about 37 million. Let's see if we can improve that today. How are things looking so far? The LC Phillips stayed out there for a long time, did get a positive trade. All my other marches did go ham, played very aggressively, but really didn't have, you know, not horrible trades for doing a good, you know, an okay amount of damage in not that much time. So I think that's the idea. Push when your teammates are pushing. When you're retreating, help your friends retreat. By, you know, that's really where you get the fighting a lot of times. Most of my fighting is, or my damage, most of my damage is when we are retreating and I'm trying to help people get away. We'll stay out there this time. We'll just stay out there for as long as I possibly can. We'll just stay out here for as long as I can, trying to optimize for longevity and never getting caught out. Let's just see what happens. I was getting distracted. I was like, I went into this fight and immediately got distracted. Look at this. This is like a casual pull-in right there. Very casual pull-in of a infantry march. Just stay with it the whole way. Get somebody else at the front line. Three inf, one cav, one archer. Yep. Kind of a nice 5-march setup. I do like infantry. I really am liking infantry. It stays in the back. You know, it stays in the back. The other two go forward. You see the Huo's getting killed first. The Herman's going to get killed first. Quite a bit. The infantry will all kind of stay in the back, stay alive, do stuff. Pretty good. It's pretty, you know. I do like the infantry. Deep in our lines. Somebody got a nice pull there. Chasing these guys away, not the best value. Oh, this guy turned, so it's good that I chased into him. Okay. Let's kind of shift to the right now. Maybe we have a bit of an advantage over here. Luchi goes down this time, but we're sort of staying in this one. See what the trades are here. We ended up ignoring our goal of staying out here for as long as possible because this just looked like a good place to fight. We got right inside the enemy. The Herman stays alive the longest. Continue, don't pause. That's good advice, CKX. What's going on? Continue, don't pause. So over 1 million damage, over 1 million kill points on my Herman, close to 1 million on the BQ, close to 1 million and positive trade for the Ragnar Scipio all T4. LC Phillip was fine, did almost 1 million in damage. the Huo Arthur did the worst, died first. And yeah. I would say that those results make what I was doing out in the field seem pretty good. But, you know, every time you come out here, it looks a little bit different. Looks a little different. Flag burning here for us. So we are burning right now. I said this was the ideal situation, but we're burning in a couple of places. But, you know, these look like pretty tough burns. And they have their siege right there. We've got a lot of people coming in. We can look at this with all the troop cards up, showing movement from all three camps. A lot of it in orange or yellow, whatever you want to call this color. It's like a it's like a gray poupon yellow or something like that. Fighting against one, and they are burning our flags, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Could be very interesting fighting here. Do throw a like on this stream. It'd be great to get more people in. Always nice to play this game with an audience. We'll just see what unfolds here. Absolutely no idea what will unfold. Could this be the beginning of something? Or is this the end of the end? Is this death? Is Mr. Death knocking on 2377's door? Find all that out here over the next some number of hours. Going to the thick part of the ball here. Dangerous situation. But we're actually into the siege. So can't really see where your marches are. You just have to sense where your marches are and kill siege, you know? Like this is yeah, I'm happy with this spot. Nobody's even hitting me, it looks like, so here we go. I guess we just keep pushing. I mean, if they let their siege die, then they have no get up and go in them. I maybe need to pull back more. But maybe I pull people in with me here. I don't know. I pulled way out. It looks like I probably pulled this archer player here, right? I probably pulled this archer player in with me. As you see, I fell way back, way back. So lost one while doing damage and pulled one guy in. Not bad, you know, not bad. Let me just quickly bring out my other march again. Who cares? There we go. Does not have everything, but there we go. It's tough to fight inside of other camps here, I must say. It's hard to fight inside of other camps. Looks like there's a call for a cane garrison on the screen. You can see that I do not have the markers turned off. I try to ignore the markers, but sometimes I'm fighting right next to them. Looks like we're, you know, I mean, I'm not going to spell out what the markers say, but, you know, they're up there. I'm just trying to fight within another camp here. Whole nother camp. I think this is 1903's camp. I guess the strategy here is just tee off. The other camp is going to... set the tempo here. I just go in when they go in. pull back when they pull back. Novel friggin' concept, I guess. I could even just pull in when I get targeted. Because, you know, one thing that it might help my pulls here is, so like, if I get attacked and start retreating, very quickly a bunch of my teammates are gonna attack that person. But in this case, no one's attacking them. They just keep moving forward. And they're very, very baited. Look at this. Look at this bait. Alright, I guess I turn now, but... You know, this is what's going to be crazy about this new patch, the new crystal tech. Is like, look how tanky that person on the wing for the enemy was. Like, they're still out here. They started with like 6 or 7 marches. They played aggressively. We caught a couple of them out of position. They're still out here with probably 3 marches. Think how tanky whales are going to be once the new crystal tech comes in. Crazy, crazy tanky. So it'll allow people to do some interesting things for sure. I think you'll see more and more people playing out of position, just impacting the game that way. Yeah, I'll show the commander pairings in a moment after this fight. I lost one march. Now I'm falling back. People are attacking me. Let's see how far they get pulled. Now they've come off, but a little bit caught out of position. Get our own siege here. We have to defend our own siege at this critical spot. I think I die here. I think I probably die here. I'm as far back as I can be while doing damage. Maybe I should full retreat here. But I mean, I have my claws into somebody, so I don't think I want a full retreat. I'm bringing the fight as far to this side as I can as I die. King Schmuck, how's it going? With those trades. I've got BQ, William Wallace. I'll show you the gear and everything, but I'll show you the reports first. Ragnar Scipio, another even trade. More good damage from Lucci Philip. Fine from Huo Arthur. This time you see that it was the Herman who died first. It's usually the Herman or the Huo that dies first. Do think that some of these KvKs are tough to get a positive ratio, perhaps. I mean, if I tried really hard, I could, and played for the trade, I could, but it does seem kind of difficult, you know, just looking at the trades right now even. I'm not really, like, positive, I'm just doing fine. Doing what you know, seems fine. What else can you do other than click buttons as efficiently as possible? Here's the BQ William. Some pretty basic infantry gear, but then the pincer set. The pincer set on the BQ William with Toppler, with a lot of inscriptions on this set. Kind of an interesting set that has been converted from Wedge. Doesn't have a lot of specials, but you can see that there's like a lot of time put into these armaments, right? They're not special, but a time has been put into them. This is pretty nice smite. And then Elite is just a straight extra all damage as well. So pretty efficient, pretty efficient. Need to empty my hospital. Yeah, as long as you don't get drained, it's fine, right? That's the way I see it, Sam. As long as you don't get drained, it's about something totally different. It's the raw numbers. It's how much damage you do. Huo just has the expertise, so no Huo expertise here, which means that Autumn Wind does not get triggered. And there's a heal that happens more often, or a heal that's... Anyway, I can't even explain it. Some people don't like to max the expertise on Huo. Well, Jürgen dear, what's up? Yeah, the difference is marginal. Well, people just sort of go in both directions. I mean, I guess if they burn these flags, they'll almost get some teleport space in here. They might get like one or two. That could be very annoying. Honestly, this is pretty crazy, to be honest. If I'm being actually honest about what I'm seeing, it's pretty crazy if you give these guys teleport space back into KL. But at the same time, once we have more than them, we push them out, so... I don't know, we'll just see what happens here. There's so few blue. Like, there's so few blue that it's kind of tough to just fight as blue, or it'd be a little bit easier, I think. It's hard to fight inside the campmates. Or the allies, they're not even campmates. But, you know, if 2377 has some crazy push today, some big attack, then... And they build some flags into KL, then they have to take over the whole rest of the zone, you know? Once we turn it on them, it's going to be, like, pretty interesting. I don't think you catch anybody out, but, I mean, we'll get to rally them with flags. That's going to be pretty crazy. I hope they get flags, actually. Let's freaking run some sims here. If life is a simulation anyway, then let's run some friggin' sims. Actually, nobody's even attacking me. I don't know why I'm retreating. Nobody's even attacking me. Yeah, I'm getting attacked. I'll just walk away. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, people retreat fast. On voice, kind of saying that somebody out here is hitting 200%, just doesn't know who it is. It's the Siege. It's all the Siege players who are just sitting there doing nothing. All these Siege down here in mustard yellow, they're getting all the good trades, and the rest of us are just facilitating the Siege players. I'm getting attacked, so I'll just retreat. I probably, you know, might get caught with somebody, but we'll just retreat. There we go. Look, I pulled somebody in. Look at that. I pulled this cab in. I did that. I did that. Kind of staying here. I'm getting attacked, but I'm kind of staying to kill an infantry that was very low. I lost 2 there, so not very good. Probably lose everybody here. But I guess if I'm gonna lose everybody, then let's just retreat. Let's pull. Let's pull. These are the best pulls. Look, I pulled these. I pulled this guy. Look at this. Nice pull. Nice pull. Nice friggin' pull. Bring everybody else out. Keep the 3 marches out. We'll bring the other 2 back. This friggin' I need to change the troop type on, or the troop amounts on this freaking LC Phillip, man. Now I don't have enough for Ragnar. Now I don't have enough for Ragnar. The only march that trades profitably. Milk, what's going on, dude? Yeah, Milk, I miss you as well, you know? This is a different form of the most fun times that I had in Rise of Kingdoms, which is just, you know, you're fighting. It's not the most intense fight ever. There's something about it that makes it not the most intense. In this case, it's just, you know, I'm just a hired gun here, having fun, no pressure. And, you know, that's the best stuff in Rise of Kingdoms, is just being on voice with some people like Milk, my man Milk, and playing this game, you know, fighting in this game for a few hours. Competing against these red and gray wolves with, you know, some friends who are trying to do the same thing. It's the best. But, you know, there's a lot of other parts of this game. So someone like Milk decides to move on. I can understand that completely. The only reason you miss us, Milk, is because you're seeing the fun stuff right now. Do I think 770 will get to KL? I feel like the time is pretty good for them for a while, right? You know, I think 1903, as far as I know, is a more European camp. So it's definitely European downtime right now. And then 08, they're a little bit ahead, you know, like they'll wake up first. 08's uptime is going to be before 1903's. But I think it's sort of like our uptime right now, and we're not doing that great. So 2377 will probably be strong for a while. I would imagine they're envisioning this going on for honestly 12 more hours. If I like look at what's happening right now, I assume that they're planning to do this for another 12 hours and then see what happens when we're in our uptime. I don't know. Pretty low. We're with some blue now. I have some sort of a front line for blue. Might as well stay a little bit here. I don't know if we can turn this, but we've got numbers. We've got a bit of numbers. We got local presence right now, so we'll stay here. I just stayed and died. Like we're kind of pushing them back a little bit. So I mean, I got wrecked, but I was very productive there, you know? Kind of the idea here. If it's a borderline situation, if it's a fight where both teams sort of want to stay, sort of want to leave, and you do all your damage during those fights, that's pretty good. That's kind of a new, what I just said, I don't know. I'm glad it's recorded because I don't know if I remember it immediately, but what I just said is actually good alpha, right? Is like, you really want to be fighting in the fights, in the moments, the, you know, 10-second little spurts, the 10-second spurts. You want to be fighting in the fights where both teams kind of want to stay and kind of want to go. We're just waiting for helps. We are just waiting for helps. Does anyone else think that the blue team is very, very blue? Is this a new blue that we're looking at? Or am I just out of my damn mind? These marches look very, very blue. A darker blue. Empty the hospital again. Heal the troops. Powerful Jogo. Once more. Into the breach. The Archer King is not what he used to be. Archers are having a struggle. Archer's having a bit of a struggle. All right, so we changed the numbers. I shouldn't have changed the numbers on my Lucci, but whatever. Pretty good run for the archers that time, actually. 1.1 million in damage, 1.5 in woundeds. Pretty good, honestly. Pretty good. Do a million KP on each march in a small amount of time in fights where it's up for grabs which side's gonna win. That's being a good player in this game. Getting value. Getting value. The grind. The grind. What a grind this sort of KvK is. Heroic anthem. You know, heroic freaking anthem, KvK. King of all Britain, KvK. King of all Britain, KvK. And a lot of kingdoms that really like to fight in the open field. Very content to grind it in the open field around flags, grind in the open field around forts. And this is also a very interesting meta strategy and meta approach by 2377, which is basically, no matter what you do, no matter how much territory you have, if we just keep fighting for longer than you, then eventually you're going to stop, we're going to keep going, and we're going to beat you. And that probably works on almost every camp in this game. And it must work on almost every single 2v2 in this game. It doesn't work on every 3 versus 3, as we learned a few months ago. But it's a pretty powerful approach. And coming off their loss to 960, their leader Shark retiring. Well, and also not doing that well in Osiris League. Well, I think what we can say is that in the end, 2377 has had a strong performance in this KvK. Maybe they could have been more organized in certain ways, but they had a unlimited gas tank and they used all the gas anyway. So basically that's a very strong army. I have no idea where I am. I know I'm getting attacked. Let's just pull back here. Let's just pull back, see what happens. They get off me pretty quickly that time. They get off me pretty quickly that time. I'm just staying on this guy for a while because he's dead, and then I can retreat. Although some are still staying. I don't know why. But look, I'm still at full white health on all these marches, so... Do throw a like on the stream. I'm seeing 51 people in the channel, in the chat. Only 11 likes. Throw a friggin' like on this one. Let's keep growing this stream here. Glad you all are enjoying it, but to be honest, you all are so asleep. You didn't even tell me that I didn't have a fighting buff on. We're gonna put a defense buff on instead of attack. It's probably like dumb, but I don't even know why I retreated. I was looking at the likes, man. I was literally looking at the likes and I retreated my marches. That's what I was going to talk about. That's the only thing that's different. You know, I was reminiscing with my friend Milk about having fun fights in this game and how that was a certain way. It felt a certain way for a long time. Now this is a fun fight for me. I'm streaming and having fun in a different but kind of similarly like relaxed way, but also really playing the game. Really playing the game right now. That is a good call, Car. I should do that. Let's see. Nice. You're right. Good call. Good call. Okay, so I was mad at you all for not telling me that I didn't have a fighting buff on, but Car just gave me much better advice. The advice Car just gave me is worth probably 3 or 4 fighting buffs, 10% fighting buffs, so. We're right into the siege. We're right into the siege with this new method. We're near the pass, actually. I don't know when we healed this flag. Oh, we lost the flag. Okay. Well, that's probably why they're retreating. I wasn't even trying to pull somebody in because I was trying to look at the flag, the non-existent flag, but I pulled somebody in there anyway. Just kind of staying on a archer march here. Staying on another archer march. Staying near the cliff partly. Really not getting hit much, so we can just keep chumming the waters. We're going to chum the waters and then pull back as soon as we get attacked. Pull a little bit inside of us. Look at all the sad faces. Look at the sad faces from both teams. A lot of carnage here. I'm showing you a calm version of carnage as my Huo goes down. Some of my marchers are not even here. Look how long it took some of my marches to get here. What the heck? Just pin them against the cliff here. Really not the worst thing to do. Almost like a bridge fight. You're just not really moving back and forth. You're just picking which part of the pinwheel to spin as they now flood into us. Absolutely flood into us here. We'll just pull them as far as we can. You know. What's my BQ? I don't think I'm going to get good trades here because most of my marches didn't get there till the end and they got wrecked. Yeah, pretty bad trades that time. Not much damage. Did not do close to 1 million kill points, except on the BQ. William Wallace, pincer formation. Yeah, my Huo gets pulled in a lot. I mean, it is what it is. I could try to remember to retreat just that keystroke. Let's heal. Let's heal. Congrats on the 7 cards in Pokemon, worth 140 each. I will say I do enjoy watching some Pokemon selling videos, you know, where people make deals for Pokemon cards at card shows. Oh my gosh, they're deep in our backline here. What the heck? And it is interesting as somebody who's collected sports cards long ago and got into the hobby a little bit, a fair bit, back in 2021. It's interesting to see Pokemon really surging right now. And when I see what Skitty's saying, where he opened a bunch of packs and made a profit on the packs, you know, that is like heavy, heavy gambling, right? And I don't know if it's better in Pokemon. The issue I have with cards, with sports cards, is that it just doesn't make any sense. Like there's so much money in newer cards. And everyone understands that those newer cards are not going to be worth anywhere near as much later on. So, you know, an NFL quarterback, like say Joe Burrow, right? His best rookie cards, his like most valuable rookie cards, for them to be worth what they're worth today, he basically has to have as good of a career as Tom Brady had. He has to be one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time for his current prices to justify what they're at compared to older cards of similar players, right? You look at Joe Burrow, the value of Joe Burrow's cards, you look at the value of Tom Brady's cards, and the two things don't make any sense compared to how good they were as players. And it's only because a premium is put on new. And like, it's just hard for me to understand that. But that's the majority of the sports card industry is focused on the new stuff that moves fast, that people are interested in. It's just weird. It's just weird because it just doesn't make sense with the overall view of the sports card and sports world landscape. So it's hard to believe in it. You know, it's basically hard to believe in it. And I just wonder if Pokemon is the same or very different. You know, I don't really understand like the utilitarian purpose of the cards for Pokemon. So I don't know if newer cards can just have a normal value versus others. When I first started hearing about Pokemon cards, all I heard about was Charizard. You know, it was almost like the high end was very limited. Now I guess the high end is much more expansive, or maybe it always was, and I just didn't understand it. So I mean, yeah, the Pokemon thing is pretty interesting right now for sure. I do not own any Pokemon cards though, if you couldn't tell. All right, I'm at full health, so maybe I should be more aggressive. We have an alliance tech on. I'm gonna ask for books and battles. I feel like this would be a good time for books and battles. Oh, I think we have counteroffensive on. Yeah, we have counteroffensive on. We already have counteroffensive on. We don't need books of battles, but this is a nice counteroffensive. This is a very, very nice counteroffensive to have on. I mean, everything's at full health, so we just came into this fight, did a bunch of damage, no one hit us. We just keep doing that. We don't need to be super aggro. Still haven't been hit, so still have not been hit here, so this fight must be going well. That always makes me think I should be more aggressive, but that defeats the purpose or the secret of the fact that maybe I'm at full health because I was fighting in a certain way. Whoops. All right, just 1 second. Tweaking with the settings. Do we clear them again here? Are we about to clear these guys? It looks like the siege is far away, but I'm looking at that siege. I'm already looking at that siege. Because all my marches are full health, so... I just think we get to the siege pretty quick. Look at all the internet tough guys on the other team who are trying to stay till the end and defend their siege. Now I'm getting hit a bit. I think I'm just gonna pull back a little bit. Like, even though I don't feel like I'm really out of position, I'm just gonna pull back, pull some people in, reassess. I'm just gonna reassess, you know? All right, down to 3. We're down to 3 marches. These reports, I think, will be very good. I think these will maybe be some of our best reports of the day. Like, I'm not out of position here, but I know that, like, a bunch of enemies were, like, just pounding on me there. It's weird. I feel like maybe I should be moving deep into the ball every single time, because... you know, when you have your back to the enemy, when the enemy that you're attacking is behind you because they're so far out of position and are therefore an attractive target, the problem is you put your back to them and you kind of swing into the enemy a little bit, or at least you're an easy target. I think that's the thing. I think a lot of these marches that I'm killing are just aggressive players on the enemy who have made themselves easy targets by virtue of their aggression. I'm just going to kind of go in. Let's go in aggressive here. Kill these marches off. They're low enough to just kill them off. And then we'll just bring everybody out together. Take a look at those reports. The cycle of life. I'm VIP 18. Still trying to make it to SVIP. Still trying to make it to VIP 19. You get some troop attack and some training speed at VIP 19. It's a nice buff. And you also get 1 transmutation stone per day. That's very nice. Very useful. So, still working my way towards VIP 19 here. I'm on my way again. Get me on my way. 30% training speed, 10% troop attack. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. The reports that I said were going to be good, were they good? Plenty of damage on the Hermann Zuge. Plenty of damage. Another 1,000,000 kill points on BQ. Very, very good report for LC Phillip. LC Phillip is doing very well today. LC Phillip has done very well. A lot of damage. A lot of damage from LC Phillip. Ragnar Scipio getting good trades all day, and Huo, you know, once again bringing up the rear. As somebody said, that's the march that always gets targeted. If I was a little bit sharper, I'd be retreating just the Huo at times. But I'm focusing on a different plane. A different level of being. I'm not paying attention to an individual march like that. I'm just paying attention to all my marches together. For better or for worse. I see more people are starting to stream what's going on here. I think we're in for a long night, to be honest. I'm starting to think how to pace myself here. I'm gonna, you know, eat some food in the background here, one way or another. I still need to fix my troop reserves. And yeah, you know, it's picking up. It's picking up. I think. Where's the enemy right now? We're once again just not able to get into their siege. We killed their siege. Their siege is friggin' back. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. Seems like we're finding a bit of an equilibrium point at this at this spot here. This is where we have been fighting for a while. 2377 is putting up a flag right now. Actually, we're putting up a flag. We have a flag right here. We're finishing. Pretty good flag, actually. From 1903's camp. Kind of interesting that 2377 has not tried to build flags yet. As they have burned some of our territory. Maybe this is all part of a very long-term strategy to break us, to cause our side of 3 in this 3v1 to eventually just run out of resources, run out of speed ups. Maybe this is all part of the long con that 2377 is running. But I have my doubts. I think they may fight us for a very long time at this spot, or in this general area, this general vicinity. But then at a certain point, it'll just be over. They'll stop this push. I think it's maybe in that sort of a mode right now. But it sort of feels like we're making progress, you know? Just gradually over the last hour or so. Feels like things have been getting a little bit better. Here in the US, people are getting off of work. It's evening on the East Coast. Workday's almost over on the West Coast. So Americans are getting home on a Friday evening, and they can potentially settle in, and you get 10 of those people. You get 10 of those people on our side, and this looks totally different. You know, this is completely turned in our direction, I think. Now it's been a long war, and I don't know if we get 10 frontline fighter types to just literally show up now because they're done with work, but it's possible. I believe I saw Big Kane teleporting to the front recently, so I don't know if Kane's been playing the whole time or not, but at this point he has a much more forward teleport spot at least. Hospital almost full. We are running out of beds. I said we were getting close to their siege, but now we're very far from their siege. They lured us in and are now kind of wrecking us a little bit. I have to run here. I think I could have just run with the Zug that time because I knew the Zug was getting targeted. Or the Herman. And I'm just going to fall back and heal my hospital at this point. Oh, we're pretty close to being full in the hospital, so good thing I fell back there. Let's see here. Yeah, some pretty bad trades that time. The LC Phillip just wasn't even there. Wasn't even in that fight. My 2 infantry did fine. I mean, you know, even when I do badly, what happens is the archers and the cav get beat, and the 3 infantry marches all do fine. I guess I could cheeseburger with the LC while my other marches get back here. Yeah, well, I think this is a tough one, you know? I think it's very tough to deal with 2377. You know, Chisgol says, one of his more compelling lines, I'd say, of the last 6 months is, if you only register into 960 if you're willing to do the things necessary to beat 960. One could certainly say the same thing about 2377. It's not like they're doing anything differently. Maybe 960 just has a bit more volume in their fighting. More uptime, more players who can pump out tons of kill points, maybe more speed ups, maybe more resources, or maybe just stronger teamwork. And actually, they might even be more similar than that, right? 2377 and 960 could potentially be even more similar than that, where basically they are the same, except 960 just executes better than 2377, and therefore when they're fighting each other directly, 960 just kind of wins. I mean, it's not really what happened in the last KvK, because obviously 2377 won the entire Zone 5 fight, but when it was all said and done, in Kingsland they met in the field, and 960 was just beating them. And at a certain point, you can't keep taking L's against a team that keeps getting dubs. As our troops get to the front line, we can maybe cheeseburger a little bit here, just kind of get out, say hello, get some value. This guy's staying. Massive cheeseburger value. Hop back in. We're just gonna hop back in, you know. I guess I should have stayed out. I don't know why I hopped back in. I literally just stayed. You'd almost think this game is lagged. I think it is lagged. I think I must be lagged. I am lagged. Well. I did in fact lag out. There we go. That should bring us back. Everybody's fine. Lucci retreated after killing that Arthur. We're here next to Mohawk City. Here's YOLO. Former teammate of mine, YOLO. He was in 2836, I believe, with Popo. And Hale. And King Alpha. Poke the cat up here as well. We're trying to poke the bear. We're trying to poke the bear right now. Not in the normal way of the phrase poke the bear for those non-English masters of memes and phrases and crap. Poke the bear means you antagonize someone much stronger than you. We're not really antagonizing someone much stronger than me. It's more so that the way you fight in this game is that you poke the enemy. You just tap on them when they are the most appetizing target on the entire team. It's very pokey what we're doing. So we're poking a bear. We're poking the bear because this army we're up against is massive and very strong. We're poking the bear, but we're not antagonizing the bear. In fact, they are antagonizing us. Look at this. I think I just pulled in half their army here. I think I just pulled in half their team. We get some of those kills. And then the bottom feeders at the back of our ball were thrilled with me there for a moment. Bringing in all that bait. Marches are just warping around right now. The word full health everywhere. Maybe I need to be doing more damage here. I'll just try to stay a little bit longer on all these targets that I'm hitting. This seems like very good for us right now. Like I said, I'm not... You know it's going good when you're not getting hit. I mean, I'm still not getting hit. Look at this. I wasn't that far forward, but I wasn't that far back either. Again, I'm hitting somebody that's not even at their front lines. Now I'm getting targeted. We'll just pull back. We'll just pull back. Pull this Cav player in. Look at this. No, there's just massive pull in there. It's nothing more than just a little bit of focus and relatively quick reflexes for a gamer way past his prime. We're still full health on all our marches. We like this. We like just staying here. We don't need to do anything else but stay here forever and get these really good trades where, like, literally I'm not being hit. I'm getting targeted again. Do a bit of a pull in there, but not really. Not a real pull in that time. Maybe brought some people from the middle of their ball to the... Actually, I guess we did pull somebody in, it looks like. We're just playing the position game a little bit. Having a really nice run here, but not doing anything special. Just trying to pay attention to those red flashes to bring people into me. I pulled them in again. Look at this. The best of all, some archers. Some completely out of position archers. Makes me want to kill more archers, but I'm going to go back to this cliff. I'm going to go back to the cliff again. Getting targeted. We'll just pull back. I don't think I did pull back. I think I zoned out there and didn't pull back. I thought I had, but I just sort of was staring at the screen, not clicking. I did lose the Huo again there. All my other marches are pretty healthy though, so we're going to stay right here. We're going to stay in the pipe 5x5. 4x4 temporarily, but we will bring the Huo back out. Don't have the gear. Don't have the gear for a 6th March, actually. Oh, these notifications are brutal. We might as well heal. The day's almost over. Only an hour to go in the day. Look at what's inside of us for a bit. Zoom in. Look at all that siege. Not overwhelmingly crazy siege, but just very, very solid siege for one. Well, for 2 kingdoms, but mostly going to be 2377 here. Now I'm very low. I brought my Huo back, but there's for nothing because all my other marches are dying. The Ragnar Skippy, the only one left here. I guess we should just kill it off. I guess we should just kill off the Ragnar Skippy. We can do that. We can kill this march off. I don't even have to try very hard. I just sort of stay near the front and I'll just die very quickly. It's fine. Lived longer than I should have, but down goes the Ragnar. Here's the Huo. We're just going to put the Huo in a city. So we've got a flag here that's... So GV77 now placing a flag. They did in fact place a flag here. 10 minutes left on it. We'll see. We'll see if that urgency... See if that urgency leads to something here. Here's the gear. The Ragnar gear. The Herman gear. The BQ gear. The Huo gear. The Lucci gear. And then nothing else. Just the 5 sets, so... That's what we're running. But the one nice thing about only having 5 marches is that you don't have to unlock the 6th march until very late in the KvK. Okay, so let me change these around a little bit. The reason I want to change these around is because there's no reason to have some T5 on the Ragnar Skippy. Because I wasn't putting much T5 here. And so you're slowing down your march, but not getting much T5 strength from it. So we're changing back these presets a little bit so our marches get pulled out easier. Oh, now this march is in trouble. Okay. I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on here. Only about 6 minutes now on this GV77 flag. It is getting hit at the moment. But it's surrounded by an actual defense. Pretty strong push by the red team here, GV77. Pretty strong push to secure their first flag back into Kingsland here. Very good trades that time. We were out there for a while. We're getting all the good trades with the infantry. I will give a map update. Well, there's not too much of a update, really. They've held these flags, these forts at the passes, I believe the whole time. I believe these forts have never died, so they're just sort of pushing back in, and they're working on their very first flag right now. I'm just gonna have the Huo wait. I want to get in there, but the infantry is just so slow. I just realized my Yams, thank you for the sub. Realized that my donation visual was off. The subscriptions are off. Let me throw that stuff on. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate the support. Really nice numbers on the stream. Do throw a like on it. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. Many of you are not subscribed, and I do appreciate seeing the growth of the channel. Slow and steady has been my strategy for YouTube growth. Certainly has not been the best of the ROK creators, but you know, the subs really help. Alright, everybody's there. We've got full health. We're starting off a little bottom feedery here, but it won't take long to get into this thing. Pull back when targeted. Go back in. Still full health. We're getting attacked. So I guess we can keep pulling. It's working well enough that, you know. I guess maybe it's not always a pull. Maybe not what I do is not always a pull, because if I'm part of our front line and I'm retreating and their players are attacking into me, then it means that they're pushing their front line forward. So what I call a pull, they might just call pushing their front line forward. And if that's the case, if that's what's actually happening, then they're winning that exchange. I might feel good about the positioning of things, but they're doing more for their team. Down goes Huo. Down goes Huo. There are 4 survivors. They are pushing us down this frickin' mountain. This non-mountain mountain. Getting wrecked. And pulling back. You can see this is not actually a mountain. That's why I called it a non-mountain mountain. This plays like a mountain. This little tiny... You could barely even call this thing a pond. You can barely call it a pond. But this thing basically plays like a giant freaking mountain. The fighting around it happens as though you are next to a giant freaking mountain. I mean, I could kill this fort, but I don't think it does anything. Ugh. I probably should have refreshed, but I'm assessing my life choices at the moment. Yes, I should heal the hospital, you're right. I think I need to make some coffee. I think I'm like... Okay, that's not good. How are they inside of us? Oh my gosh. Here, let me zoom in on here, and I'm gonna actually make myself a little bit of coffee here. Hey, Dude Tone, how's it going? Yeah, Francisco, I'm just brewing some up right now. Oh yeah, this would be for a couple months there what Friday afternoon would be, rather than, you know, live streaming a really cool war like I am today. Live streaming would have been or YouTube would have been me making a Osiris League Bets video, which was cool, man. It was cool. Blibbity blabbity blibbity blue. One of these days we'll fix these presets, but once again we're just gonna bring everybody out by hand. We started down 37. I don't think the autark points are updating, because I was at these numbers before. Oh, they've stopped tracking points. Autark has literally stopped tracking points at this point. Interesting. Wow. Maybe no more autarks after the Zig is captured? Something like that? I honestly never realized that at some point in a KvK, autarks stopped getting counted. I never knew that happened. Learn something new every day. They've got a flag up, and now they want to be burning this next layer of flags. You know, we've got one here. I mean, there are targets. Actually, they don't touch this one. They touch 1903 over here. There are targets that they want to get to. And for us, we're more... I think that 1903 has to be more cognizant of always having a presence out here. Whereas we don't have those sorts of responsibilities. We don't have to worry about sort of the momentum of our ball and having some amount of it, a force out all the time, so the enemy cannot just straight up collapse onto your flag, release a rally, and maybe get a burn. We can get wiped sometimes, try to wipe them other times. And that combination will be fine for those of us here in blue. It's the people in yellow that need to try to maintain a presence in the field all the time. Although at the moment, if you look on the upper left corner of the screen, 2377 is pushing in very hard. Obviously a planned push here, I think, by 2377, really telling their players to push in hard. And they might have their eyes on one of these flags over here on the left. Thank you for the sub. Lucci Phillip goes down. Everybody's going down. The enemy's pushing is... Oh, and I'm taking deads. Oh my gosh. And we just took 50k. 55k deads right there. I freaking knew it too. I mean, I knew it, but I didn't know it. Oh, well, hopefully my story was good. Hopefully whatever I was saying was worth 55k deads. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my gosh. All right, this is where we fix. This is where we fix these things. I think they're mostly fixed. I think this march needs no. Sorry, this march needs less troops. I think maybe it's this one. Yeah, this one needs a bit less troops. We'll just try it like that. Nope, they're not set up right. Okay, so yeah, they've got a flag over here as well. You're right. You're right, Crimson. They're burning our flags as well. This is why I think this night might get very interesting. And why, why I just brought a mug of coffee over here, because I do want to just keep following this to see what happens. Yeah, I just think this can get very spicy. Because they just seem in very good position to burn us at this point. I mean, they're burning 08 over here. They'll get to us soon. We're maybe the prize, because we might be considered a little bit easier to burn. They're just not touching us right now. But also, I guess you could say that from over here, there's very little presence from 3308's camp at the moment. Yeah, I didn't want to take those deads for sure, because I could have really used those troops over the next... I think this is going to go for a while. I think this is honestly going to go for a while. Oh, wait, how are my hospitals full again? What? That must be like an old report or something. Alright. Crimson, I definitely think them being able to teleport people in will make a difference. I don't know if they're gonna be able to take the whole zone, but I mean, it's gonna make their fighting much better, much better. No, I mean, they're gonna be helped so much by being able to teleport their biggest fighters in. Look at this, they're flanking around us now. They're all up in our crap right now. I mean, some of them are out of position, so I mean, I guess I rotate over here and punish, I guess. Well, what's gonna happen is the area on the left side is gonna get destroyed now. Because players like me came over here for these easy... I don't need to be over here. I need to be over here. My teammates will clean all this up. There's no need for me to be over there. You know, I'm much better off being in like the center of the most important part of the ball. I mean, their top players are so big. I mean, if we're starting to get worn down, and whereas Mr. Hope and Wild Lion have just full strength, not full strength, but enough strength to go for another 37 rounds. Then once they're able to teleport in, I imagine they can just swarm every single one of our flags. I mean, is this fight gonna go all weekend? For those who are sort of following what's happening in the United States right now, it definitely feels like it's going to be a very busy weekend here in the United States, you know? On the streets of America, I feel like it's going to be a pretty busy weekend. And, I wonder if this is also going to be a weekend thing. I wonder if this is going to be a hot weekend in Rise of Kingdoms. I don't know. I guess I'll look at my hospital. I think I have plenty of room. Yeah, I have a good amount of room. All my marches are low, but all my marches are alive. So it's like, what am I supposed to do here? Only because I'm like paranoid about taking deads, since I just took deads. I'm gonna end up retreating here in a moment. I'm just gonna retreat with what I have left instead of risking filling up my hospital. So I'm just gonna retreat. That's true. They can also headhunt people on the wrong territory, because I am sure there's people off territory. When I teleported in earlier, I didn't feel great about my spot because there were just a lot of players up here and stuff. It sort of felt like I was late. Obviously now at this point, one could say maybe early. There are at least some very big players like Redskins who are behind me. But I was sort of like, oh, I guess I'll switch alliances. I guess I'll switch to LB81, but I almost didn't. Looks like most people are like this guy, he's off territory. Not too many, but yeah. I'm sure elsewhere in Kingsland, a bunch of people are off territory, right? Because it's just been a bit of farming. I mean, you know, this Kale's gone on for a long time. There's only 6 days left in the friggin' Lost Kingdom. Let's look at those reports. I feel like those might be good. Oh, I didn't really do much damage. Okay. Another really good report for LC Phillip. Super good. Super, super good. No rallies. No rallies at the moment. See if I've actually fixed my presets and everybody will walk out. Nope. There's Groot. There's I Am Groot. Not to be confused with VK Groot. Here's the individual power of the KvK at this point. Our adversaries, Mr. Hope and Wild Lion, they are still at 1.6 billion power. Cyborg's still at 875 million. Min Tam still has a bunch. I mean, if with the right people around certain flags, I feel like these guys are still extremely hard to burn. But they certainly did struggle more when they had a bunch of stuff they had to defend. And when the hour of the day was different. "2377 is rallying over here. Gore going to a bit of threat. This flag is now burning. I kind of want to show everything, but at the same time, I do need to do some important damage doing here, so I'll try to be a mix of a wartime journalist and a contributor, a wartime contributor. Pull back a little bit, we'll go back in. What a pleasure to be one of the defenders against this historic 2377 push. It is not often you see a team push back into Kingsland. Now, they're a long way from winning, but you really don't see this happen very often. And they're doing it against 3 camps. Very happy to just be here as a defender. Fully capable of defending quite a bit. Honestly, if they want to go all weekend, I could fight all weekend. I can't really think of anything better than just grinding the heck out of this fight. Thank you all for being on the adventure with me. got 2 marches. Let me just zoom in here for a moment, bring everybody else back out. Great report from LC Phillip that time. Maybe the best report of the day. You don't see too many golds in here, but that was a gold ratio for your protagonist, Brian Kuh. If you do look at the upper right corner of the screen, you will see a massive number of flashing red squares, which is going to be a burning flag or fort somewhere on the map. So there are things, I guess, happening in other zones as well. Lots of different points of interest on this map, but I think largely it does come down to a test of wills, a test of strength, which army will keep going. You know, and maybe this is like one of many. Maybe this will happen more over the next 6 days, where they push into Kingsland and test whether we're actually capable of defending. You know, we don't have to wipe them out. Maybe 2377 can go the whole way, but we just keep them away from the Zig and we win the KvK that way? Maybe? I mean, I don't think that's ever happened before, but maybe. And maybe when the KvK ends, they're pushing into Kingsland, you know? We've got the Zig, and so we're declared the winners. And we get the autarchs. I'm out here fighting my butt off, and all this siege on both teams are getting all the good trades. We're all just facilitating the siege to get all the kill points. That is Rise of Kingdoms in 2025. And yet Mr. Siege started a new account. Ironic is that. This is Siege's moment. But Siege players are going back to the beginning. Most of my marches are here now. Look at all these archer marches. So many archers. I'll keep fighting right here if they keep throwing archers at me. Excuse me. Alright, like, we're apparently getting flanked. I'm starting to worry about my hospital a little bit. As I sort of should, sort of don't need to. I'll just go over here to where, you know, no danger. I'll start the heal. We'll monitor the heal. We'll stay over here, get a few kills. Blah, 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 blah. Flags over here for 3308, just free burning. And free burn action. And I will be honest, I feel like at some point 1903 will get into free burn territory as well. Doesn't seem like it for now, but they're definitely a kingdom that has downtime. And I think that downtime... 1903's downtime used to be now, basically. but I think they've added a lot of players, and so apparently they've made their downtime less bad, which, you know, good for them. But I still think I would expect there to be a 1903 downtime pretty soon here. Now, I'm just guessing, I'm not really sure, but obviously the leaders who have been fighting in this war for 2 to 3 weeks straight, they have a very good sense of when people's downtimes are. Let me finish this hospital heal. UV-77 burning many flags. Many flags. Look at this, burning even back here. This flag touches so much. It just touches so freaking much. Maybe an hour to 90 minutes ago, I was saying how it was starting to look better for us. At this point, it is looking better for 2377. This is as good as they've looked in a few hours now. I mean, you just look at the kill points of all of our players, and it's a whole different level than 2377, so... Oh my gosh, my Lucci is apparently walking not home. Oh, wait. Alright, everybody's walking back to the front line now. The amount of siege is also seemingly getting a little bit bigger. A little bit more siege out here now for 2377. Just absolutely wrecking us in a spot like this, where they just move up slowly. They never get in trouble. They stay out forever. Hiya. We've got some work to do this evening. I believe this was a bit of a surprise attack by 2377. A lot of people's plans got disrupted, having to deal with this instead. Now people are just kind of locked in. They're stuck. They're trapped. They can't do anything else with their lives except fight this. And yet it's a brutal fight. Up against these massive whales, super strong. there had been a debate for weeks. Could 2377 win a 3 versus 1? I think we have to say they could. You know, they might not, but this war has been close enough for a long time that they could. They could win a 3 versus 1 here. When it all shook out, when this whole thing shook out, this was a pretty close KvK, I would say. Whisper, how's it going? Claim the quests. Pretty nasty Sunset Canyon tournament here. Holy smokes. 1316, 1698, 2728, and 1079. Whew. This flag being healed now by 1903. Some pretty important fighting happening at the moment. It doesn't look like it because we're getting pushed back to where we can't have an impact on the important stuff, but actually very important fighting happening right now where if we could just get to here, if we could just get to this area right here, we could defend these super important flags over here. Super important flags. Now obviously this side is hopeless. There's no saving these flags. These flags will go down. UV-77 will take territory here, and they will get teleport space into the zone. Like, it's just going to happen. I mean, obviously they have a rally coming. 3308 has a rally coming to this flag. They're trying to clear the field, but they got cleared instead. And this Henry's not long for the world. I'd love to watch, but I need to do damage. Going pretty aggro here. Getting attacked now, so I'll just pull back. Pull him in a fair amount. At some point, we hope that we turn this fight on 2377. They do some sort of a pullback. Maybe organically a bunch of their players are retreating at once. Maybe it's an actual call, but I think one thing that's interesting is that when I last fought against these guys, maybe at the level 7 passes, I guess that was almost 2 weeks ago, they were doing some organized pulling back where clearly a call got made to have everyone retreat and then return to the front. There's been none of that from the enemy today. 2377 has not done any real organized pullbacks. They might have done one early in the stream, but other than that, I have not sensed a single organized pullback by our opponent. They're just letting people play at their own pace, basically, and just hope that, you know, enough people stay out there all the time for it to work. Because that's really why you pull back. You pull back because A, you don't want the trade to go badly, which I don't think they're trading badly. And B, you pull back because you don't want to get overwhelmed at the wrong time. You don't want to have everyone quietly retreating at similar times to where you just get overrun and the enemy like burns the flag. That's the other reason why you pull back. Ruthless, thank you for the sub. Glad to have you here. Kind of want to call off my marches and I kind of don't. The Huo stayed out a long time this time. Very interesting. A little paranoid about the hospital, so I'm just gonna lock into this guy real quick. I'm just gonna pull back. Yeah, we're very close to full, so I can kill off the Ragnar. Yeah, Ruthless, I'm kind of listening to that on voice. That there's a little other stuff going on. Over here, you know. We're doing a little stuff over here. I'm ignoring the coalition marker because I am on voice, but I'm not over there. Because I can barely hear the voice chat. I got the voice chat pretty low. Oh, the Ragnar finally gets home. And everybody's on their way back to the front. Appreciate everyone tuning in. I'm glad people are enjoying the content. I must say to myself to be appreciative of the fact that I've got 46 people watching playing what admittedly is not my highest energy stream. Now the action is fantastic, but there are plenty of people on Twitch playing other games who work for years to get this amount of people to watch one of their live streams. So as much as I'm like really tired right now, I've been up for a long time, I do really need to appreciate what a cool spot I'm in, where I can do something that I would be doing anyway. I would be fighting in this war anyway. On this day, at this time, I would be fighting anyway. But to get to do it in front of an audience and talk with you all and just sharing what I'm doing with others is very, very cool. And this flag just got burnt again. I really can't get over there to help too much. Maybe I should go over there and help. I don't know. I think I'm best off right here in this blue ball, churning out as much damage as my right mousing hand can. I emptied my hospital. I'm good to go. I need to be aggressive. Played around with different approaches all night, but at the end of the day, I need to be aggressive. This is no joking around right now. We're not joking around. We're not joking around. This KvK, I think, is not over. It is straight up one of the better getting back into Kingsland attacks that I have ever seen here by 2377. I'll let you know how long it's been going on, because I feel like 1079 notified us pretty early on. Mohawks was on this one pretty good today, I would say. Just monitoring the announcements in the 1079 Discord, I will say that Mohawks was pretty on this one. Well, at the very least, he was like sending pings 12 hours ago. I don't think it was... Well, this is when they were rallying the pass. So 12 hours ago, they were rallying the pass, and Mohawk was pinging people for that. And then Khan started pinging at 2 p.m. that the pass got taken. And so it's really been since 2 p.m. I guess it's only been... It's been about 3 hours, I think. I think they've been doing this for about 3 hours. So really not that long. Now, I think they were trying some stuff earlier today as well. You know, to try to take the pass. Maybe they broke through. I'm not sure. I wasn't around then. But this particular attack looks like it's maybe been going on for, I'm not sure exactly how long, but maybe 3 hours. But it probably took them a while to get the pass before that. They were attacking before that to get the pass. And I think they're going into their uptime. I think we are going into the 2377 uptime. So we have to expect that over the next probably 4 or 5 hours before Russia starts to wake up, we have to expect more progress from 2377. They will get more territory in Kingsland. And a bunch of people are going to wake up tomorrow, or wake up whenever they do, and they're going to be like, what the heck is going on? Like, I honestly think this probably will have more buzz. This could potentially have more buzz tomorrow. I'm not sure. Actually, I think late tonight is when it's going to have the most buzz. I think at like 6 UTC, there's going to be a lot of buzz of like, what's happening in that 2377 KvK? Really? Is this really a thing? Are they really trying to make a comeback? I think if there's been any sort of organized retreat by 2377, it's happening right now. Maybe, just maybe, their field is letting some people refresh, because we are sort of pushing forward. We're getting closer to that siege. That siege that I haven't even touched in the last hour. We're getting pretty close to it, actually. I need to get aggressive here. I've got 2 marches red, 1 march yellow, 2 marches white. So I just need to try and push and reach some of that siege. Close enough to go for it, close enough to YOLO this thing. My YOLO's led to 1 dead march already. There's 2 dead marches. My BQ and my LC, you don't want to lose those 2. But we're trying to grind on them a little bit here, get to that siege. And then there were two, Ragnar and Herman. Only the Herman. We're just going to try to kill him off. I think we have hospital space. Yeah, we're fine. Let's try to actually kill off this Herman this time. Yeah, okay, well, that was fast. I mean, I didn't want him to get killed off that fast. We're probably going to get 30 million kills here. We're at 27.8 million kills right now. I'm committed to getting 30 million before this thing is over. As long as I remember to heal the freaking hospital. We're also getting 30 helps a lot faster. Like, we're literally getting helps faster than we were a couple hours ago. Whoops, we should have been doing some crystal tech here. I could have had a whole 1% extra damage this whole time. See, here's the old blue, right? Like, now this blue I've seen before, but the daytime blue looks a lot different. But this is the old blue, I think. But here we are on the King of All Britain map. A few hours ago, 2377 took this pass, and they have been heavy pushing since then, and are burning many flags on our side. Burn, like so much territory being lost at the moment. Our side is doing what we can. You can see Jamie X Ying here. Saw Putin. A Putin account walking through. I've been throwing my marches in for several hours now. I don't know how long this stream's been going, but it's been for a while. Oh, it's only been like 2 hours and 20 minutes? Never mind, I thought I'd been streaming a lot longer than 2 hours and 20 minutes. Never mind, then. I wish time always moved this slow. But I've got marches in a flag somewhere. I don't want that. Yeah. And they're pushing deep in our territory again now. Feels like things are going to get worse before they get better for our side. lost 2 marches there. It's not even about positioning right now. They're so deep inside of us. That's what she said. That you just fight. Like there's nothing else to do here except just stand and fight. We're certainly being affected right now by 3308 downtime. I mean, they've got players shielded on the front line. Tyler, one of their biggest players, shielded on the front line here. So once 3308 wakes up, I think this could be a different story for sure. The thing is, we're awake right now. We're awake right friggin' now. Happy Friday to everyone out there. Hope you're all enjoying your Friday evenings, Friday nights. Maybe it's Saturday morning where you are. But ladies and gentlemen, it's the weekend. I mean, look at how deep they are at this point. This is the deepest 2377 has been since I started playing today, basically. Hiya. Oh, you're right. It's Thursday, dude. I can't believe no one corrected me on that. I literally thought it was Friday. It felt like a Friday, man. I have been thinking it was Friday for basically all afternoon. I'm sleeping super weird hours, so I'm basically about to fall asleep after this stream. But you're right, Zach. It's friggin' Thursday. I legitimately did not think it was. Hey, listen. I've been off before, but this is about as off as I've ever been. I'm getting hit. I pull back. The Huo got caught out. I know, I probably sounded very convincing that it was Friday. So basically everyone has to go back to work tomorrow. I didn't think about it like that. This seems like a good spot for us. Like, there's very few enemy marches. I should not be retreating at all here. I should be trying to get into as many enemies as I can, because obviously we're going to wipe this little portion of their overstretched wall. It looks like we're actually getting into their siege now. They're way far forward siege. We might be able to get into it. I'll cut these guys off over here. I don't know why I'm staying on this archer player, but whatever. Crush them. New marker number 1 says crush them. All right, are the Mighty 3 about to assert dominance? Rally coming in at number 1. I can't get there. I'll look at it real quick. Attila Subutai rally. We just want to distract the enemy. This rally's not going to work. There's no reins around it. 1903 not able to get reins into this rally, so it will go down. I need to be a little bit aware of my hospital, but I also want to do damage. I didn't really touch the siege. The siege all ran away. There's some siege right in front of me. I'm getting attacked, so I fall back. I do a little pull. Look at the pull. Look at the pull. Look at the pull. Yep. I'm going to attack behind me. My hospital is getting a little full. We are pushing them, so we're going to stay here. I'm just waiting for a moment of respite so I can go in my hospital and finish this heal. I think this is the moment. Boom, boom, boom. Send those guys home. This is how it looks. I mean, we've got them outnumbered. When you look at it like this, you realize how badly outnumbered we have them. And then if we were just a little bit more aggressive, we would actually clear them. Maybe we clear them anyway, and I'm just not part of it. Not sure, not sure. I need to throw on these resource boosts. Gathering boost I'm not using. And some in-city food, wood, stone, gold buffs. Day change. Let's collect the heads. Collect the VIP. New flag here. New flag by GV77. Getting more territory. Interesting, they still have not been able to teleport a city in. You have to get pretty far into this Kingsland to actually be able to place a city. Now you can see that 1903 has healed this flag again. And healed this flag over here while we have them pushed back. This is kind of a key moment here. How long can we keep them pushed back? How long can we keep these flags healing? That's a pretty big deal here. So that's why the marker 1 is where we're all beelining for. I'll be there in a minute. Actually, I'll be there much sooner with a few of my marches. I'm gonna wait for all 5. I think that's everybody. It looks like a bit of a push now by 2377. I'm just going to stay up against the cliff. I'm fighting very well at the cliff. Not the cliff, but the cliff-esque area. It's as if it's a cliff. As if cliff. I'm getting targeted. I just pull in. I just pull in. Get out of trouble. I'm just going to fight at the cliff. Alright, so I killed that march. Now I'm just naturally retreating. I'm very... Alright, nobody's attacking me, so I go back in. Alright, so we kind of held off whatever sort of push it looked like they might be having. I lost one. We're supposed to go right. That looks very unappealing. I don't even know. That's an interesting decision to focus on the right side. I feel like this is the more manageable goal. I feel like holding them off this flag is the more manageable goal. Like something that can be accomplished. Whereas this, we have a long way to go to destroy this flag. And that flag's been building for a while, hasn't it? I'm getting attacked. I'll go ahead and pull them in. Back out. Starting to get a little worried about the hospital. We are pushing to the other side. We are obviously pushing to the right at this point. I guess I'll go. Good moment to start emptying the hospital here. I'm saying on voice that we have 3 times their numbers over here. Maybe so, maybe not. I'm just going to go in on this fool. I don't think they're going to be that dancy. I think they're committing. I'm just going to kill him. I'm just going to kill this guy. And I'm going to empty my hospital very soon. Waiting for helps. Killing enemies. Waiting for helps. Living on the edge. Living on the edge. Stay on this guy too. Feels like they're gonna stay too long. Now I'm gonna walk into our ball a little bit. I'm gonna finish healing the hospital. Here we are. We finally made it to number 5. We'll do what we can. I'm just going ham here. My marches are all going to die off, but we're pushing closer to the flag, it seems like. Down to 2 marches. We're getting collapsed and sandwiched by both sides. Rally coming in. I guess our marches are dying just as this rally comes in, so we can kind of watch it. Big Kane's rally is not even going to make it there. We're still holding over here. 1903 didn't really come over here. They don't see our coalition markers. So it was our team that made this rotation over. And it didn't work. It did not work. This flag will be built in 1 minute. But at least these flags are all healing. At least the flags over here are healing for now. Let's now see where 2377 decides to rotate. Their work is pretty much done over here. They can probably go back to the other side. How quickly do they come over here? How quickly do they assault these flags? We do have a kind of a clean rally, a nicely timed rally here on this flag. Looks like Sinith, the leader of 1903, did release here on this flag. So Sinith's up pretty late in Germany, or maybe getting up early. And we are going to get a burn here on this side. Nice burn by 1903. So they'll be able to hit some of our flags. Now, when their flag is done, which it is now done, they can now hit one of our flags. But you can see we've got a garrison, but no fillers. Big Kane right here with his city. This might be a new key spot on the map, honestly. This feels like this was going to be a pretty key spot. I'll probably fight here and then do a little bit of filling. Since I do have 3 infantry marches, I can probably fill, you know, mid rally from the field. We'll try to do a bit of that just to get the report. So it does feel like these guys have overstayed their welcome, and we should be aggressive here, but our team as a whole is not that aggressive. We lose the Herman. We're cleaning them up a little bit. Like I said, this was the overextended group that I knew we would eventually destroy. Down to 3 marches. Let me bring the other 2 back out. Not enough troops. Add reserves first. We must be very close. Very, very close to 30 million kills now. We've gained about another. We've gained another million or so. We are close. We are close. No rally yet. 2377 has not rallied our flag yet. Yet. But they're all over the place on this side. All over the place on this side. Probably setting up rallies. Oh, they're already burning these flags. They're already burning these flags. So yeah, I need to be here. They still don't have a rally, but maybe they're just planning to swarm this thing when they get close. I'm not sure. Regardless, I need to be right here. I don't really need to attack that group. I need to come up here and right from this very uncomfortable angle where there are a bunch of markers are really in our face. We've already lost 2 here. Thought I was doing a little bit better than that, but we've already lost 2. And we're getting flanked. They want number 5. Looks like the entire enemy army is going to be focused on number 5 here in a moment. So I need to bring my other marches out. I lost the Hermit in the process. Sorry if my camera view seems really weird here, where I'm putting it in the lower right-hand corner, but it's just because of the coalition markers. If I were to center the screen, the coalition markers would really be in my face. So that's why the camera view is weird. Looks like we're pushing them a little bit now. Down goes Huo. We're about to get sandwiched. Holy sandwich. Yeah, so this is probably where they assault this flag. Probably. I'm literally the front line right now. I'm literally the front line. BQ defeated. All right, we don't have to go too. All right, we did an okay job of holding off that flank. They're not able to hit this flag yet. There's the rally. There's the rally. They finally get the rally up. I'm just gonna fall back briefly. Bring everybody else out. Not enough troops. Add reserves first. We'll heal. We'll heal. No rally on the number 5 flag right now. This flag burning, these 2 flags still healing. Everything over here free burning. We are definitely being affected by the 3308 downtime right now. They do the most damage and have the most KP for our side, but they're also in the most downtime of all our camps right now. So that's a big part of what's happening here. We're just feeling that 3308 downtime. Maybe we cross 30 million kills this fight. Maybe. I'd have to have a really good fight, but if I have a very good fight here, I think we can maybe cross 30 million kills. I'd have to have a really good fight, though. I want to be... Okay, the hospital needs to get healed. Now is the time to heal the hospital. Boom, boom. 29.2. We're getting very close to 30 million kills. Very close. All right, I'm way out of position here a bit. I was just weirdly out of position there. So what we're at now, still 29.2. Two-tone, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. I hear you on going to bed. I'm gonna be going to bed basically as soon as I hit 30 million kills. I'm gonna go to bed because I'm just very tired and I don't want to do anything too stupid. I've been up for almost 24 hours at this point, so. Down goes Ragnar. I think we have a bit of momentum here. I'm really not getting attacked and I'm unloading on people. I'm trying to rage cycle from one to the next. Seems to be working fairly okay. There goes Huo's active skill. There goes Luchi's active skill. So that did work pretty good. It took me a while to gain in the rage, but eventually we got it off. Bring my other 2 marches out and let's get these freaking 30 million kills. Oh, we're getting into the siege, maybe? I need to be aware of hospital. But we are very close to the siege now. We are in the siege. We're in the siege. We killed that siege. They want us to hold on territory. Well, that's fine. I want more siege, though. Another siege down. They are baiting us. They're baiting us. I'm ignoring the marker that says hold on territory because I just have to kill this siege. But they did bait us. Look, down to 5. Look at this. That's about as explicit as a freaking marker gets. I will finally listen. And I need to empty my hospital real quick. Or at least start it. Yeah, I need to get this thing going. Just need to be aware of the hospital, but collapse this group here. This could be good for us. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. A bunch of them stayed way too long. And we'll punish it. We'll punish it. We'll punish whoever this is. Let's see who it is. Can't even tell. We got our 30 helps. We finished the heal. And we're you know, nice sequence. Nice sequence right there. We'll stay out. It's been a really good fight. Really good fight. And for now, the enemy is progressing. 2377 has got a decent amount of flag space, or flags up in Kingsland. They don't seem to have any teleport space yet. But I think in the next 30 minutes or so, they actually will start to have teleport space. I imagine they just burned us over here. Just looking at the movement. Yeah, they just burned us all over on the right. I guess I can just kill my marches off here. And I'm just routed. Absolutely routed. We're up to 29.6 million kills. We're very close. We stream until we hit 30 million kills. Throw a like on the stream if you want to get me to get to 30 million kills. Throw a dislike on the stream if you don't want me to get to 30 million kills. I like to know where people stand. Alright, I got everybody out. Where the heck am I? Oh, I didn't send it far enough forward. Jeez. Let's see. So they've got a rally pinned. Irvine has a rally pinned on this flag. They are trying to get to this flag. You can see it's happening now. You can see the concerted movement of GV77's ball is now headed towards our precious number 5, this flag we've been at for the last 20-30 minutes. They're coming for it now. They're coming for it. Big Kane with the Gorgo Tokugawa in the flag. I am getting here just in time. It's going to be a rough fight, I can tell you. I know that it's going to be a rough fight, but I'm going to kind of fight a little bit, and then it's going to fill up my hospital almost all the way, and then I'll fall back, start the hospital heal, and then that's how I'm going to do this fight. I'm not just going all in from the start, or at least I don't want to. Well, the way the enemy is. I'm going to retreat the Huo. I see the Huo's like way ahead of everybody else. That actually went very well. Look at this. Are we pushing them off this flag again? Seems like we are. Seems like we're pushing them off number 5 again. Nice hold. Nice hold here. Again, the Huo's so far ahead. I'm just going to retreat the Huo. I don't even care. Maybe we get 30 million kills here. We might get 30 million kills. I'm trying to be aware of the hospital. This is where I start the heal. 467k. Bring out our 5th March. Go back in. I mean, everybody else is burning. Everybody else is burning, but our flag is 100%. 100 out of 100. Marker number 5. We push through the middle again here. We get some good trades. We wait for the helps. We're just kind of waiting for the helps. I think we already got the helps. I'll just pull back because better safe than sorry. Finish the heal here. Looks like the enemy might be rotating to the right and not even trying to attack this flag. So we're basically doing pretty good with our ball. See, look, you can see 3308 is ignoring ours, and they're just coming over here to burn stuff that's already burning? Question mark. What the heck? I don't know why they're going over there, but we'll push them. We'll push them here. We can push this enemy at a strategically irrelevant location. Now our marker's saying to go right. I think we collapsed them from the middle, honestly. We've got 1903 pushing pretty good on the left. We're here in the middle. I think we maybe collapse this enemy ball. It feels like we probably will. If you look at the numbers, we have massive, massive numbers advantage. So you want to be aggressive here. Kill the siege. Kill the archers that are behind us. Fall back. I was a little out of position there. A little out of position. Yeah, we kind of did collapse this position. And maybe I hit 30 million kills here. Look at this. Look where we are here. We've not been here all day. I have not stood on this patch of grass all day. Yeah, I sort of like what my alliance mates are doing here. They're pushing at the pass. I like that. This is the smaller, this is a smaller group basically. So we're killing the smaller group first. And I do like that. I actually like that a lot. Something sad faces. Some rally just sad faced. Alright, we sort of got to the pass, didn't make it all the way. And I think we are now getting pushed back. Maybe. Getting attacked, we just walk away. Enemy finally pulls off us. We're getting sandwiched now. And I don't mean the good kind. I don't mean the ice cream sandwich. I don't mean the chicken pesto sandwich. I mean the kind of sandwich where you have nowhere to run. And your marches are destroyed post haste. I'm down to one. Down to one march. Herman and Zuge trying to get a little bit of circle AoE off before it's all over. Ugh. Alright, we're going into the cards now. We're going into the cards on resources. Boy, trying to build some more flags here. These are very good blocking flags, delaying flags. But they can attack these flags. Like this flag can be attacked, and I'm pretty sure this flag, obviously this flag can be attacked also. So I imagine 2377 will come over here in the next few minutes and try and kill one of these two flags before they're finished. 4 minutes. 4 minutes on both. They don't have a rally on either one of these. So as long as they can't swarm it, we will put these flags up, but we need to defend for 4 minutes here. Look at this rotation all the way over. Here we are. We're trying to... Yeah, Khan just said on voice, we literally just folded. because we need to really be pushing here. We have an opportunity. We have the numbers advantage in terms of who's attacking us. So yeah, we need to go in here. I'll be there in 30 seconds. I think I just hit 30 million kills, right? Still not 30. Oh my gosh, 29.9. We're about to hit it. Here we go. We walked right into the enemy. There we go. We can retreat with the Huo. I retreated the Herman that time. Okay. Well. Oh, they did destroy these flags. Yeah, they literally just destroyed these flags, so that's bad. That's bad. So, a couple of blocking flags destroyed. Another nice moment for 2377. This attack is going very well for them. Question is, how much longer can it go? I'm pretty much on my own here. Flying solo against this guy. And I'm probably in a bad place. But it's alright, it's alright. Okay, now I'm definitely in a bad spot. Now I'm in a very, very bad spot. Very bad spot. I think I just have to die. I think I literally just have to die. Do I have enough hospital space? I do. Well, kind of. Ooh, I am in such bad shape here. Oof. Alright, now those were the... We haven't looked at reports in a while. Those are going to be very bad ones. As you can see, once again, I am doing decent damage, but if we go back... some of these other engages. Listen, it's not great, but it's okay. I mean, look at this. 2 million kills. Almost 2 million kills. So, it's been up and down. But I did just hit 30 million kills. There we go. Uh-oh. So here our flag is finally being pressured, number 5. Let me start a heal. Let me start a heal. Okay, now rally in. Irvine's rally is hitting. We're starting to push closer to this flag. We need to get in with range. Actually, I do have infantry range nearby. So I'm gonna try to put the Ragnar in. Looks like we swarmed down the rally. Very good job. Very nice defend. Nice defend by our camp. Really good. All right, heal is done. Here's the extent of the 77 ball. Definitely have very good numbers. Very, very good numbers for 77 at the moment. The size of the blue army has grown a lot since I started streaming. And it tracks because we're the only camp who's able to hold our flag. And we're flooding this area as well. Both teams collapsing. Both teams collapsing over here on the right. Is 77 overextended at the moment? Or will they fight their way out of this one? Feels a bit like a fight their way out situation. My Herman's already wrecked. My Herman is just already wrecked. And he's retreating the wrong way. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, the Herman somehow is still at white health. That's wild. MK54, thank you for the sub. Glad you're enjoying this Kingsland action. A really unique situation here where 2377 fighting a 3 versus 1 KvK against them. They have now pushed back into Kingsland after the ziggurat has already been captured. And after they have turned off autark leaderboard tracking, there's only 6 days left in this KvK, and Kingsland is still being contested here. This is something you have honestly, we have rarely seen this in the history of Rise of Kingdoms. It happened very early on. It happened against Legend Ronnie. There was a group called, I think, TX12 or TXIS. I think they were the Immortals, and they pushed back into Kingsland and took it back over from Ronnie's side. Then I think also there was a KvK involving the player Peppa Pig. I just don't remember the kingdoms that were in this, but it was honestly a lot of kingdoms that aren't too big anymore, but they were in Orleans KvK, and I think that might have also featured a really big comeback, but it's something you rarely see. But look at this, we've pushed them all the way back to the past now. I am freaking... Yeah, I pressed R because I have just sort of the muscle memory of when I select one march, I just immediately hit R. But, yeah, in that case, it didn't work. All right, I'm probably a little too deep now. Ay, ay, ay. Woo! I was way out of position there. And I keep forgetting to bring the Ragnar out. Oh, man. I'm supposed to defend number 1. 1 minute to go. 1 minute on this flag. We just gotta go ham here. We've just gotta go ham here. They're swarming it, so we just gotta go for the swarmers. Forget everybody else, we just gotta go. I mean, we have 1 march here, we can't do a lot, but it's the thought that counts. We just gotta go for the swarmers. Oh boy, it's low. Oh, they're going to take this flag down as well, I think. There it goes. Another 08 flag goes down. My Ragnar's getting destroyed, dude. Whoa, did a good job there, but everybody else is dust. Absolute dust. Well, we hit the 30 million kills. We've gotten over 100 million kill points here. And I would love to keep fighting, but I am honestly just exhausted. So I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate everyone participating in the stream. Thank you, Dutone, for your membership. Thank you to my old friends HDT and Milk. Thanks Irgandir and Carr for stopping by. And all the new faces as well. A lot of new faces on the stream tonight. Really good talking to everybody, connecting with you all. I'm going to let the Alliance know that there's a teleport space here. I'm gonna get out of here. And until next time, I will see you all. Actually, let me forward you to somebody else. Let me see who else is streaming. I think a lot of people are streaming, so let me try to forward you to somebody else. That's not it. Who is streaming right now? Oh, a bunch of people streaming. I'm gonna send you over to Big Kane here. Let me see if I can do that. Kane is streaming the same KvK from the same alliance. So you can just keep rooting for the exact same people from the exact same spot. Go ahead and let Kane know that Brian sent you over there. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the flip side.